Leicester City are back. The Foxes have unsurprisingly won the championship and are now on their way back up to the Premier League. However, the former Premier League champions are already facing adversity, as at the time of recording, Chelsea are trying to lure their manager Enzo Maresca to Stamford Bridge. It's alright though, lads. Mr. Rebuilds here. Welcome to the second of our 3 realistic rebuilds. Off to the King Power Stadium we go as we rebuild Leicester City. This is the default squad though as we take over as Leicester manager. And as per every other realistic rebuild, I've recalled all the players that were on loan last year and released the ones that were on loan at our club. I've also gone through just about every single message board, transfer rumor site, all of that, and transfer listed, shortlisted every single player that Leicester City have been rumored with, but it's up to us to find the right ones that are going to help us stay up in the Premier League. Speaking of course, Leicester City and Ipswich are in the Premier League here. At the time of recording, the playoff final is on Sunday. That's going to determine who the third realistic rebuild is with. I'm going to make my prediction and say Leeds United are going to win that one 2-1, but when you're watching this, you'll already know the result. I'm going to say Puro Brace as well, but it's time. Let's get stuck in on this realistic rebuild. The first man into the club is somebody returning that was on loan last year. It is Abdul Fatawu, the Ghanaian right winger. Was on loan at Leicester last year. We're making it permanent here. We get him for £10.8 million from Sporting, fitting right into the starting 11. We sign an African, and now we sell an African player. It is Kelechi Iheanacho, the Nigerian striker, off to Stade Rennais. Plenty of players to loan out this year though. Tom Cannon off to Getafe for the year, and Ben Nilsson's heading to my favorite MLS club, FC Cincinnati. So I'll scout this guy out and report back to you guys. But I do believe we need a star striker if we're going to stay up in the Premier League this year. He's been linked with them, so that is all the green light I need. It is Tammy Abraham finally making his move back to English football as we sign him from Roma. My game plan for the strikers is to have Abraham as the starting striker and then Jamie Vardy coming off the bench and just absolutely housing it like he always does. We're not only signing superstars though. Jordan James was a part of a relegated Birmingham City side, so we're saving him from life in League One. I plan on sending him out on loan, so he might end up back in League One, but for now, he's a Leicester City man. And this is a move that might upset a few players, but we need to get our financials in order. We're not playing a formation with an attacking midfield either, so Dennis Praet, the Belgian, is heading to Brighton. The American Zach Booth heading back to America on loan. He's going to spend the next year at Austin. One thing I refuse to do though is sell Jamie Vardy to Sheffield United. I'm pretty sure he hates Sheffield United. I might be making that up, but I'm pretty sure he's like destroyed their corner post, celebrated in front of their fans. This would be the ultimate way to destroy a realistic rebuild. Honestly, Jamie Vardy leaving Leicester at all in this video would just destroy complete immersion, so I'm blocking him. So many players loaned out. Another one here, Wanya Marsal heading to the Turkish league on loan. And another one, Nathan Apuku heading down to the championship with Burnley. Jordan James doesn't end up in League One again though. He goes down to a top championship side who might even get promoted in real life, Southampton. I've been trying to get this dude a loan move the entire window. It's taken us to transfer deadline day, but Victor Christiansen is heading to Real Betis for the year. That is the transfer window done and dusted though. And I must say, I'm a little annoyed we couldn't get anybody coming in here for Harry Suter. He was one of the players I wanted to get out from day dot. He's not getting any game time in real life. He's been rumored with a move away from Leicester. He was one of the key players that had to depart to make this somewhat realistic, but no offers in for the Australian centre-back. And this is what our starting 11 looks like after the first summer transfer window, keeping a lot of that promotion money and Premier League money in the back pocket to see where we're sitting come January 1st. And I mean, in our Ipswich Town realistic rebuild, we got relegated in season 1, so I want to avoid that at all costs this year. Yeah, this is the complete polar opposite from the Ipswich realistic rebuild. We are 7th right now in the Premier League. 34 points. There is a legitimate chance that we could be in European football contention next year, which I don't know if I necessarily want, given Leicester got relegated when they had European football last time. Way too many commitments, but we're 7th in the Premier League right now. I mean, the relegation zone sees oh, we are not getting relegated. Bournemouth, Ipswich, and Luton are stinking it up. But we begin the January window selling Harry Suter. We got it over the line, and he actually goes to one of the clubs that he was linked linked with back in January? Everton. In January, in real life, he was linked with Everton, Sheffield United, and Celtic. We sell him to Everton, and the 6'6" Australian gets a fresh lease on life. We're making a defensive addition here, though, as we look to somehow get ourselves European qualification. Lucas Martinez Quarta is going to be joining us for Fiorentina on a cut price deal, £10.2 million. That's a +3 upgrade in the defense. We did manage to get a short loan move here for Jakub Stolarazic, who's heading to Turkey for the next 6 months. And we get a little bit of support behind Kiernan Dewsbury Hall at the centre midfield role. Josh Brownhill, relegated with Burnley, but back up in the Premier League here, signing with us for £4.3 million. All right, we're going to have to go to the next level here. 7th in the Premier League with Leicester City. That is a dream start to season number 1. 65 points there. I'm pretty sure that gets us Conference League depending on the cups. Arsenal fans, savor this moment. You won the Premier League. You beat Man City on goal difference. Very similar layout to the final day of the season, but this time Arsenal actually win. And who went down? I'm predicting, yeah, no surprise, the same 3 sides that were there in January, but Luton and Bournemouth almost pulled it off. Ipswich, though, were just absolutely terrible. Chelsea won the FA Cup, meaning they're going to the Europa League, and Tottenham win a North London derby to win the Carabao. Chelsea winning the FA Cup might have cost us Conference League. PSG end up winning the Champions League. Liverpool won the Europa League, and Aston Villa won the Conference League. They finished below us as well. So again, that might stuff up our chances of playing Conference League football. Tammy Abraham, you beautiful man. Up to an 84 overall, and he bags himself 25 goals in his return to the Premier League. He was head and shoulders above everybody else. A decent season here for Mavididi, but 25 goals is ridiculous. 6 and 6 there for Dewsbury Hall. We had a lot of players loaned out though. How'd they go? 67 there for Marçal. Cannon goes up +2. Apu, everyone's going up +2, man. +3 for Jakob in only half a year. Christensen up 1. Ben Nielsen at FC Cincinnati +3. Jordan James up 3. Zach Booth up 3. It's not bad, fellas. Just one man leaving us though at the end of the season. Mark Albrighton. He's a Leicester City cult hero. He's been there, done that, but now he's retiring. An almost perfect first season here with Leicester City. I'm over the moon with that one. Let's see what season 2 has in store. All right, we're about to have a busy start to life here in season 2. Yannick Vestergaard wanted out of the club. There was rumors of him leaving Leicester last year. Those have been squashed in real life, but in this universe, he wants out. We've sold him to Marseille. Ben Nelson's heading on loan again. Couldn't get him back to Cincinnati, unfortunately. Tom Cannon also off on loan. And James Justin is going to make a move to West Ham United. I've decided to give Christensen the keys to the castle at the left back position. Going to give him the opportunity to make that his own this year. 5 years younger than James Justin, same overall. It's a no-brainer. It makes sense in my opinion. More loan moves though, lads. This is going to be a big season for loans. I mean, Leicester do have a good young core. Casey McAteer heading to Inter Miami. But from a recruitment standpoint, our first signing this season is insane. We've signed Orkun Kurtsu here, the Turkish centre midfielder. Absolute insanity. A club record £56.4 million to sign the Turkish midfielder. Now, before you guys start commenting saying, why are you signing Kurtsu? This is not realistic, because when I saw him rumored, I thought that was a complete fabrication. Leicester have been rumored with this guy in 2022, 2023, and now that they're back in the Premier League 2024. So it makes sense. We need a star player. We've got a bigger budget this year. Why not go get Orkun Kurtsu here? He's been rumored for the past 3 years. I'm making it happen. I'm defending myself, and I back my decision to sign this man. Zach Booth off on loan once again as well this year, off to Argentina. Oh, I should also fill you guys in. We are not playing Conference League football this year because of the cups and everything there. We didn't qualify for it, which is frustrating, but at least it's going to help us somewhat avoid second season syndrome. Jakob's going to get a full season off on loan this year at the Celtic. Looking to really build out the reserves though here. Gabriel Pereira. Now, I don't know too much about this guy. Maybe some of my Portuguese or Brazilian followers can enlighten me on this guy, but he seems to be extremely heavily linked to Leicester to join them next season. So we're going to do that just here. £3 million. And on the very next day, we're going to make an incredibly strong signing signing, a backup signing at the left midfield and striker role. It is for the Englishman turned Chilean Ben Brereton Diaz, who is going to join us permanently from Villarreal. We're going to pay £8 million for him. A 2-year loan move here for Jordan James. And with that, the summer window has come to a conclusion. I'm feeling really optimistic about this season, lads. I've made a slight formation change here. I'm bringing 2 center midfielders in instead of 2 defensive midfielders. But we need to get ourselves European football. My expectations for Leicester are so much higher than the other promoted sides. I think Leicester were unlucky to get relegated to begin with, and we're showing how good their team is by the start of this video. Adding Kurtzu in there, getting Abraham into a stud, we can definitely push for some sort of European football. And with Jamie Vardy retiring at the end of this season, I would love for us to do a Leicester City again and win the Premier League. But that might be too high hoped. Yeah, this is good. This is good, lads. This is good. We are 3rd in the Premier League right now with Leicester City. 4-point buffer on Newcastle, but we are tied with Man United. Man City currently running an invincible season on 48 points. So I don't think we're going to win the Premier League title, but if we could secure Champions League season by season number 3, that would be unbelievable, especially considering at this point of the Ipswich Town realistic rebuild, we were just trying to get back into the Premier League. I do not want this. I want Fayez to be our starting centre-back this year with Martinez, but he's submitting a transfer request. I've been trying to play him in as many games as possible, but maybe we listen to some offers. I'm not convinced though. Holy crap. Look at the money we are getting offered for Abraham already. I mean, he is 86 rated. I'm so glad we signed him. You know what? I'm just blocking offers. 106 mil would be nice, but having an 86 rated striker is even better. But there it is. You guys might have seen it pending below the Abraham offer we got, but I have elected to accept a £15 million offer here for Fayez. I didn't want to sell him, but I don't want to have an upset change room. I want to keep morale high. It's frustrating, but now in January, we're going to have to invest that money along with the remaining budget we had from the summer into a starting centre-back to continue this Champions League push. I'm uncertain whether this was the right decision. Ilya Zambani is going to join us. He was playing in the Championship with Bournemouth. 77 rated, 22 years of age. There is room for growth, but we didn't have the money to go in for somebody that was well into the 80s, like a superstar. I tried going in for Konstantinos Mavropanos from West Ham, but we were still £4 or £5 million short there. So yeah, I've just elected. It might hurt us in our Champions League race, but long term, I feel like Zabani is going to be a great player. We weren't even close to second place by the end of the season, but we have qualified for the Champions League in season number 3 with Leicester. This has been an awesome start to the video. I'm enjoying this. Man City win the league. They don't go invincible. And as we scroll down the table, relegated sides are going to be Wolves, Sheffield United, and Middlesbrough. There could be some good players to pick up from that Wolves side. Chelsea beat Barnsley in the FA Cup final. And Arsenal win the Carabao Cup, but unfortunately, we lost to Arsenal in the semi-final. And El Clasico in the Champions League, which Real Madrid win. I'm so curious to see how we go there next year. AC Milan win the Europa League, and the Conference League goes to Sociedad. Tammy Abraham running the show. Absolutely running the show. Our whole front three is insane, to be fair. Mavadidi up gets 15 goals. Fatawu gets 27 goal contributions, and at age 21 is already 84 overall. Kurtzu in his first year gets 12 and 4, up to an 85. Man, we have got some absolute superstars in this side. I will say though, it's disappointing. I would have loved to have one last run with Jamie Vardy in the Champions League, but the great man is going to be retiring at the end of the season. Jamie Vardy, one of the greatest cult heroes in football history, maybe the greatest in my lifetime. Jamie Vardy, we salute you. I checked out the Wolves side like I said I was going to. I had to do this. I had to bring in Pedro Neto. We get him on a cut price deal. £38 million here, 25 years of age, 83. He's ready to play some Champions League football instead of Championship football. But Fatawu is still the man for me at the right wing role, so I'm going to convert him to a left winger here, which is only going to take 2 weeks. A lot of work to do in terms of the departure space though. Lewis Brunt is heading to Turkey on a permanent transfer. Tom Cannon progressing nicely, but there's still a lot of room to grow. He's off on loan to Hoffenheim. Then Nelson with another loan. And the biggest of them all, I was debating this, but I think it's time for us to get a new starting right back of the future. Ricardo Pereira, been a very loyal servant for Leicester City, but at age 31, I think we need the upgrade, and whilst we can still get some money for him, we should take it. There it is, fellas. We get ourselves our new right back. It is the Brazilian Vanderson getting his big money Premier League move across from AS Monaco for £32.6 million. Obviously, it comes with the territory of a realistic rebuild, but it's a little harder to be realistic past the first few seasons, especially when you move into the Championship, or rather Champions League. But I think this one makes sense. This one hurts a little bit, man. I was enjoying having Harry Winks as an option at the defensive midfielder role, but he wanted out. He's 29. I get it, man. I didn't want to necessarily sell him, but I have options of who I could bring in. We've also got Boubacar Samara as well, but Harry Winks is off to Leeds United for 8 mil. But Batista Mendy, which I might add, Batista Mendy is a sick name, but Batista Mendy has been linked with a move to Leicester City in real life this year, so we're going to bring him in a couple of years later than I might have anticipated, but the Frenchman joining us from Trabzonspor. So this is what the side looks like as we enter season 3. It's looking like that. In an ideal world, I don't intend on touching the front three for the remainder of the challenge. We have got an insane front three, and to add Pedro Neto to this is unreal. Mavididi is going to enter the bench. We've got a great stacked reserve system. The big thing is our defense. Vanderson's cool, Hermansson's cool, but Zabarnyi, Martinez, Quarta, and Christensen need to have big seasons. Even Dewsbury Hall may need to step it up. He's 27 years of age. And I mean, we've still got £65 million in our budget, so I'm keeping options available here. Once we get out of the group stages of the Champions League, see if we move into the Europa League, see if we move into the Champions League knockout rounds. I'm just keeping our options open so that we can be flexible in January. But speaking of the Champions League, we've got a tough group, man. We have got a tough group. Real Madrid, Frankfurt, and Dinamo Kiev. We're going to have to be on top of our game here in the Champions League. Okay, all right. I was not expecting that. All right. We topped the group. We have topped the group with Real Madrid. That's crazy, man. We beat Real Madrid 1-0 on the 7th of October. That is crazy. We're through to the round of 16. I didn't expect it, but I'm not mad about it. Round of 16, we've got Ajax. All right, Ajax, round of 16. Maybe we could go on a Cinderella run. But in the case we don't, we need to make sure we're well and truly in this title race, man. We're only 4 points away from Chelsea, but a lot of teams breathing down our neck. We need to make sure we qualify for the Champions League next year. So I'm going to make some moves here in January to solidify those chances. And well, I was planning on selling on Lucas Martinez Quarta, but Zabarnyi's made my mind up for me. Signing him was a mistake, man. We might make a little bit of profit, but it was still a mistake. In fact, I've decided I'm shipping them both off, lads. We're going for a brand new centre-back duo here. A centre-back duo that can lead us to Champions League glory, whether it's this year, next year, or 3 or 4 years down the line. I want to make some massive moves here. Lucas Martinez Quarta out of the club, off to Arsenal. And after just 1 year at the club, Ilya Zabarnyi is heading off to Italy. The Ukrainian centre-half joining Atalanta for 25 mil. I mean, we made £11 million profit off of him, so that's not a bad turnover. First man in is somebody that has ample amounts of Premier League experience, an Englishman playing abroad. I mean, we're right there, an Englishman who we signed at the start from an Italian club, has worked wonders. We're signing another player from England playing in an Italian club. Mark Gay back in the Premier League, the former Crystal Palace man joining us from Fiorentina. We managed to get him for just £31 million, meaning we have about £70 million to go and spend on a world-class centre-back. Gay, that's a steal, but now we can go and get somebody insane as well. There it is, fellas. This one is massive. I'm over the moon with this. £62 million. It's a hell of a lot of money. His value goes up, but we get the Ivorian centre-half, Odion Kasunu, who is coming across from RB Leipzig, 85 rated. That is going to give us a massive boost in these Champions League knockout rounds. And speaking of the Champions League, we have got the round of 16 now. I'm hoping the lads have had a few weeks to gel, Gay and Kasunu, and we can get ourselves a strong first leg result here away in Amsterdam. And it is a scoreless draw. We have one of the most electric front threes in European football, and we can't even get a goal. Big pressure on us now. Champions League round of 16, second leg at home at the King Power Stadium in Leicester. Scoreless draw. Tammy Abraham, Fatawu, Nato. I need you lads to step up right now. And they do. Nato and Fatawu get us the win. and progress us into the quarterfinals. I've spoken about rescuing players from Italian clubs, but now we're going to have to rescue ourselves from the Italians. We've got Inter Milan Champions League quarterfinals in season number 3. I cannot believe we're already into the quarterfinals here, 3 seasons into this realistic rebuild with Leicester, but here goes nothing at home. First leg, and we are behind. Fratesi with a brace there. Mavididi off the bench gets us a lifeline, but now we're going to have to head to the San Siro and put in the performance of a lifetime if we want this Cinderella run to continue. Here goes nothing, lads. A rainy night at the San Siro. We've got so many players that know how to get it done in Italy, but we need to turn it up a level here. Against Inter. Oh, we lose it on pens. Are you kidding me? Tammy Abraham and Dewsbury Hall missed their penalties. We had it until the 83rd minute. Abraham missed 2 penalties in the game. Oh my God, that was ours for the taking. That was ours for the taking. But we're eliminated in the Champions League quarterfinals. We need to get it done in England though. Get ourselves back here next year. Wow. Really? We've finished 7th in the Prem this year. That is humbling. We might not even have any European football next year. That is actually mental. 69 points. Nice. We finished 10 points off the title, but it is such a tight league season this year that we finished 7th. 7th. Man, all right, we're going to have to reset next year and give it everything we've got so that we can go on a run for the Season 5 Champions League. Liverpool win the league. Relegation zone. Man United down in 10th. Southampton, Burnley, and Bournemouth go down. Bristol City win the FA Cup. And we lost the Carabao Cup final to West Ham United. West Ham were below us in the league, so they're probably going to get the Conference League spot. I don't think we're playing European football next year. Our group mates, Real Madrid, end up going on to win the Champions League. Dortmund win the Europa League, and Roma win the Conference League. All of those finals were star-studded. Tammy Abraham and Fatawu had great seasons, but I'm still so disappointed that the fact we haven't made Champions League football. Mavididi getting more starts than Nata, who goes up to 85, gets 7 goals. We might need to rectify that next year though. Dewsbury Hall, man, I've got so many question marks on what I'm going to have to do moving into next season. But something that is decided for us is Connor Cody not being here. The Englishman, the former English international, is going to be retiring. I cannot believe we're not going to be playing Champions League football next year though. That hurts, man. I'm doing everything I can to get us back into Champions League football for next year, lads. This is a huge addition. Our midfield is going to be crazy. Matt O'Reilly joining us from Sevilla, the former Fulham player, the former Englishman turned Dane. You just can't deny having him and Erkan Kurtzu in the midfield is ridiculous. The Foxes mean business. We pay £70 million a new club record transfer. Mavididi's been so damn solid for us throughout this whole video, but I need to make sure Nato's getting all of the game time available. So we're going to sell him, keep Brereton Diaz as the backup, and get 25.5 mil for our troubles. And I do intend on getting a new left back, a star left back into the side. Now, I'm not selling Christensen. I'm going to be sending him off on loan to Borussia Dortmund to see if that can really kickstart things again. Another man out of the club here on a permanent transfer. Wanya Marsal heading to Al Nassr permanently. And with Christensen heading off on loan to Borussia Dortmund, I want somebody in the left back that is ready to win now. A proven superstar, Ian Maatsen, leaves Chelsea permanently. They steal Leicester's manager, we steal their left back. Ian Maatsen, welcome to the King Power. Another year, another loan move for Jordan James, off to Bournemouth this time. And with Connor Cody retiring, I thought it was responsible of us to get another backup centre half in. This guy's also rumoured with Leicester in real life, so I've kept him on our shortlist the entire video. But it's Konstantinos Koudarakis joining us from Hamburg. Anything but Champions League qualification with this team is a monumental failure. This team is unbelievable. Our bench is unbelievable. Our reserves go so damn deep. We need Champions League. If we don't get Champions League, our job might just be on the line. Especially since we have no other European football to deal with. I'm not throwing the toys out of the pram. I'm not going to throw the toys out of the pram, but we currently are sitting outside the top 4. A win would put us right back into it, depending on other results. But, oh man, if we don't get Champions League football this year, come on, Leicester. Unfortunately, we've got nobody who's also throwing their toys out of the pram and wanting to leave in this January window, which feels like that's been a non-event in this video, but we're going to deal with the team we have, keep the faith, and see if that's enough to get us top 4. I'm praying. Oh, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord we're in the top 4. We do it by the skin of our teeth. Liverpool below us on goal differential. Nottingham Forest, our rivals, breathing down our neck. Chelsea 1 point ahead of us. I don't care though. 6 points off the title, but I do not care. We make it into the Champions League for season number 5. Who is going? Man United have been consistently mid-table in this video, but it's Brighton, Ipswich, and Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough with just 1 win. Man City win the FA Cup. We got eliminated by them in the quarters. I was hoping we could win the Carabao Cup this year, but Man City win that one as well. We went out in the quarters as well. Real Madrid just can't stop winning Champions Leagues. Lazio win the Europa League, and it's PSV winning the Conference League. Tammy Abraham is so damn consistent. 92 rated. That is ridiculous, man. That is actually ridiculous. O'Reilly with a solid first season here in Leicester Blue. Fatawu about to hit the 90s as well, and he's only 23. Nato up to an 86. Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about next year. And for what feels like the first time in this video, we are not losing anybody at the end of the season. No more retirements. Entering season number 5, and our business revolves around the defensive midfield role. Declan Rice is back in English footy. He left Arsenal to go to Bayer Leverkusen, had a few years playing under the great Xabi Alonso, and now he's back here. He's coming to Leicester City. We pay £74 million for the English international. Having him at the starting role and then Ndidi coming off the bench or as a backup option is a luxury. And I want to have that same luxury at the right back role, at least a similar luxury. Tariq Lamptey was a part of the relegated Brighton side, so the Ghanaian former English right back is going to be joining us as a backup option to Vanderson. But we are going to have one man not joining us for this Champions League campaign. Samare is out of the club. He moved to our 4-string defensive midfielder. He wanted out of the club, so we're going to honor his wishes. This team is just crazy, man. The starting 11, there is no weak links. Absolutely no weak links in the starting 11 now. The bench, we've got options for days. I'm not going to lie, I did not expect Dewsbury Hall to grow up to an 84. If I knew that was going to happen, I probably would have kept him in the starting center midfield role and not gone and got Matt O'Reilly last year. But we've got multiple options at every part of the field. I'm really optimistic about this year. Getting out of the group was not our problem in season 3. It was beyond, but I'm feeling really happy that I signed Kurtzu in season 1, considering we got Benfica, and at Leverkusen here, considering we got Declan Rice this transfer window. I'm feeling happy about those signings. Let's see how we go. Season 5, Group E, the 5th letter in the alphabet. That's an omen, lads. Pack it up. That's an omen. Second in the group. I mean, we go undefeated. 14 points is still really good. That's a really good campaign. It's just the fact Leverkusen finished above us, but I think we should expect nothing less from Leverkusen. Who have we got in the round of 16? Please be kind to us. It's Juventus. Leverkusen get Marseille. We get Juventus. That is going to be a real test. Ooh, we're 11 points clear at the top of the table, but we are currently running an invincible season. 0 losses in the Prem, 0 losses in the Champions League. If we could pull off an invincible season, that would be unbelievable. I want to check, are Leverkusen still undefeated in the Bundesliga? That means both of us would still be able to pull off an invincible season. Bundesliga, Leverkusen have got 2 losses. Look at Leipzig though. They've had 10 draws and 0 losses. Here goes nothing, fellas. Italian opposition were our demise in season number 3. 2 years on, we verse another Italian side, this time in the round of 16. First leg is a 3-0 win. Hello. Oh my god, we got a lot of yellow cards around there, but 3-0. And Leverkusen lost to Marseille. That's actually insane, lads. We've got the second leg here. I'm jumping in and I'm expecting a quarterfinal berth. We lose. We get a lot of yellow cards though. I was debating rotating so that we didn't risk getting suspensions, but now O'Reilly and Vanderson are in the firing line for the quarterfinals. And Vanderson is going to be suspended. I'm so glad I signed Tariq Lamptey. This was not who I expected to see in the quarterfinals. finals. We have got Celtic right now. Celtic in the Champions League quarters. Bring it on. Vanderson suspended for the first leg at Celtic Park. I mean, I'm wearing hoops right now, but this is not Celtic hoops. These are Gailing International from the Singaporean league. So no connection, no bias towards Celtic. I hope we absolutely destroy them in this game, which we do to an extent. 3-1 could have been 4-1, but we take a solid lead back to the King Power. Vanderson back into the starting 11. He serves his suspension. O'Reilly, former Celtic man, in there. Book ourselves a spot at the Final Four. Yes, we do. O'Reilly gets a red. Oh my God, against his former side, O'Reilly gets a straight red. Why? Oh my God, we were 4-1 up on aggregate at this point, and we decide to get a red card with O'Reilly. That's going to hurt us in the semis. This has been such a unique run, though. We've got Lazio now in the semi-finals, Bayern Munich versus Marseille in the other semi, but we have got Lazio. This is going to be interesting. Because of O'Reilly's suspension, Dewsbury Hall finds his way back into the starting 11 for the first leg here. Seamus McArthur, the referee. Leicester versus Lazio, and we take a 3-1 lead back to Rome. Kasunu getting a yellow. Hopefully that doesn't rule him out, but that is a great first leg. We've been in cruise control for this entire knockout round. And yep, Kasunu is out, meaning if we get to the Champions League final, he'll be there, but we're going to have to hold on without him. We're actually going to throw Wilfred and Diddy into the starting 11 here, into the centre-back role, which is a nice luxury to have. All I want, though, I say this every time I'm in a position like this, I want a scoreless draw, I want no injuries, I want no suspensions, I want the most boring game of football ever. Get to a Champions League final, 2-0 for Tawu scoring. That's the only thing that happens on our end, and that is fine by me. 5-1 aggregate victory, and we're versing either Bayern Munich or Marseille in a Champions League final. This has been such an interesting Champions League run. We've got Marseille in the Champions League final. They pulled off a 2-0 second leg to beat Bayern Munich, took down Milan as well, and Leverkusen, so we cannot take them lightly. Our run to the final has been unique. Marseille versus Leicester City in what is not a realistic Champions League final. RC Lens winning the Europa League, so there's a bit of a French theme right now. Is there going to be a French Conference League winner? No, there is not. It is Atalanta. No invincible season for us in the Premier League, but we do win a Premier League title with Leicester City. It's happened again, fellas. Relegation zone. United actually got into the top 3 this year, but Newcastle down there. Wolves, Luton, Sunderland. We lost the FA Cup final. We could have been up for a treble, and we don't even make the Carabao Cup final. Tammy Abraham's going to win a Ballon d'Or next year. Surely Tammy Abraham is going to win a Ballon d'Or. 36 goals, 94 overall, 30 years of age. I almost kind of want to lose the Champions League final so that we can go into next season and see if he wins a Ballon d'Or, but that's crazy. Matt O'Reilly, 24 goals. For Tawu, what a bit. I'm so glad we decided to re-sign him. This team is unbelievable, lads. I cannot wait to use it. Bring on the Champions League final with Leicester. It's the battle of blue, gold, and white, but I want the Foxes to be the blue, gold, and white team lifting this Champions League trophy in Portugal. Here we go, lads. The Champions League final in Season 5. Marseille versus Leicester City. A lot of jerseys around him, though. That's a great ball! That's a terrible finish, though, Jared. I should have had the time to take a touch. Little dice. Going here. Kamara with the long shot again. Another save from Hermansen. I don't like this. Loco, I don't know who he is. Going for the short save. Hermansen, just clear it. Nice dink. Nice dink in behind for Tawu. Off the left foot. It's his weak foot. It hits the post. Still on. Be smart here, Jared. La Croqueta with Nato. Putting it in. Back post. Square it again. No, what is that touch? Come on, get it up. One last opportunity. Don't you dare blow full-time referee. We've got no options. Keep it going. Far out. We look so lethargic offensively. It's 0-0 and we're heading to 30 more minutes. We need a spark here, lads. I'm getting Dewsbury Hall on for the last half an hour. Fresh legs, fresh spark, fresh eyes. Good passing. Defender drawn in there. Bit of space for Nato, who's going to pass that one there to Kurtzu. Please be onside, Nato. He's not. That was almost perfect. Get that away. Nicholas Jackson. Not Nicholas Jackson. My God. They're going to have a corner here. If we lost by that, I would have been so mad. Gendouzi, final play of the game before penalties. Just get it away. I'm just holding square. Nato clears it. And that is going to be a penalty shootout here. This was not the walk in the park that I anticipated. Here goes nothing, fellas. Gendouzi, first penalty. I'm going to go to the right-hand side. He dinks us down the middle. Are you kidding me? Kurtzu I'm going to the right-hand side. Kurtzu sending the keeper the wrong way. Nicholas Jackson, he's going to go to the left-hand side. Can these guys stop dinking us? Come on, I'm going to belt this one top left. Tammy, that's a great penalty, mate. You're definitely going right. You are definitely going right. He goes left. Come on, Declan, you're going to the right. Declan Rice, Declan Wright, more like it. Kurt Zuma, he kicks cats and he kicks penalties. God damn it! Focus up. I'm going to the left-hand side. I'm going to the left. Keeper stays rooted. Big one here. Big one here. Kamara goes left. That's a great pen. We need to score right now. Come on, Fatawu. Come on, Fatawu. I'm going left. I'm going left. Keeper goes the wrong way. Sudden death. Ruben Loftus-Cheek goes to the right. I can't guess him. Pedro Neto. Pedro's going to go to the left-hand side. Pedro's going to go to the left. Come on, we survive another one. No goalkeepers allowed. I'm going left. Oh my God, I need you to start waiting. We're onto the defenders. Vanderson. I'm going right this time. I'm going right. Keeper almost got there. There, you're going to the right, aren't you, mate? You're going to the right. You're going to the right. Oh, we almost got a finger to it. Ian Matson, the left back. The left back. Going left, going left, going left. Come on. We're almost on the goalkeepers. Diomande. I almost signed him. Hell, I should have waited. Come on, Mark. You're going left, mate. You're going left. Keeper goes the wrong way. Romanoli, the captain. He's going to go. Oh, my God. I can't guess it. Kasunu. I'm going right with Kasunu. I'm going right with Kasunu. We're on to the goalkeepers. Para. I'm just going to wait. Para. Yes, he saves it. We stay down the middle. And now our captain, Hermansen, can win us a Champions League final. The goalkeeper. Focus. It's a good time. I'm going left. I'm going left. He scores it. The goalkeeper scores it. We win the penalty. Oh, my God. It's come down to the goalkeepers. And we're going to win the Champions League with Leicester in the most insane fashion. Oh my God. That's actually crazy. What a class penalty there. Hermansen is Leicester City's hero. A 0-0 draw, but we do not care. We win a Champions League title. And it's only right our hero Hermansen is the one wearing the captain's armband, as Leicester City are going to be crowned champions of Europe. Oh my God. Lads, if you enjoyed this realistic riddle, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video.